What's up, guys? Arna's here, and I thought I'll film a video about why a lot of young entrepreneurs are moving to Dubai, or you see them online in Dubai all the time. And I thought, what a better place to film this video by just having a Burj Khalifa view over here in the background in my Airbnb. So I spent a lot of time in Dubai. All right, I lived here, and I kind of do live here. I travel a lot. I have my business set up here. I have my residency here, and yeah, I spend a lot of time meeting people here and understanding why people come here, right? Because you see it online, and it's very nice. It's a nice place, right? Great for content. You see the pictures, you're like, wow, that looks insane, you know? But like, why do actually people move here? Is there any hidden reasons? It can be just about the content, right? So let's get right into it. First of all, something to note. Most of the people you see here in Dubai are not from the US, okay? So people in the US have their own places like Puerto Rico and maybe Mexico and stuff like that. And the reason is it's like kind of complicated for folks from the US, because if you hold a US passport and you come to a place like this, you still need to pay, I think, foreign income tax to the US. And it's like, it depends on your situation, but let's say it's like 10%. And if you're in the US and you want to optimize for taxes, you have other places closer to home. So most of the people you see here are everywhere around the world, but mainly not from the US, unless they're just visiting. But I'm talking about the people who actually live here, right? So you get a lot of people from Europe, UK, Australia, like obviously Middle East. And yeah, there's so many entrepreneurs here, young entrepreneurs, and there's a reason why. So, number one reason, you probably all heard of it, is taxes. Tax optimization. Dubai, or UAE in general, it's a pretty, maybe it's not the best place, but it's a pretty simple setup to where, like, if you live somewhere else and you relocate here, it's not extremely complex. You don't need to hire crazy consultants or anything like that. It's pretty straightforward process to open up a company. I have to note that it costs money. So for example, in the US, you can probably set up an LLC for like $120, or something like that. Yeah, it's not the case here in the UAE. You'll pay, like, just to open up a company, at least $3,000, and then you need to hire yourself and get a visa, and that visa may cost the same. So it really depends on like which area you open up your company and stuff like that. But from my experience and from what I've heard, the lowest is probably like $5,000 if you don't have a visa, and it goes up to like $20,000, depending on what you do. If you're like in the industrial industry working with like ships or something, or commodities, it will probably cost you more. So it really depends what you do. But something simple like having an online business, doing marketing or whatever, you see all of these young guys do nowadays online. It costs around, like, let's say 5 to 10K, more like 7 to 10K to open up a company. But then you have a really good spot for the taxes, right? So now they introduced 9% corporate tax, meaning you pay 9% tax on the profits. And salary is not taxed, but they have 0% like personal income tax if you're a resident, meaning, you can have your business, and if you, let's say, make $1 million a year, you can probably pay like very low amount of that, let's say up to 5%, if you like deduct the costs and pay out a salary to yourself, sometimes even lower. So number one, taxes, obviously, relocating yourself in a great place. Number two, good weather, right? So it's March 1st, and I'm sitting outside with a t-shirt. Pretty good weather, always sunny, you know. They even make up artificial clouds over here for it to rain because it's always, always, always sunny. So you have good weather. Um, you have a lot of young people here, right? So a lot of people started thinking about Dubai like, hey, look, I'll pay less taxes, and probably the people who come here will come for the same reason. But to pay less taxes, you have to make a pretty substantial amount of money to kind of think about it, right? So then when you come here, all the people who come here for that reason, they're probably already making good money. So this place is very, very good for networking, right? So all the online entrepreneurs you see who come here, you can kind of reach them pretty easily here in Dubai. Let's say the city has, I don't want to make up the numbers, but I think like 3.5 million people, residents, you know, and you have a lot of people coming and going as tourists. So you have, it's not the biggest city in the world, but you have a pretty large amount of young entrepreneurs. So it's good to network. Everyone comes here, says, hey, good weather, like not much taxes, and you can network with people who are like-minded. Because, for example, in Europe, sometimes it can get pretty hard to network, from my experience. Um, you know, it's also very inspiring to be around wealth. I'm right now in this Airbnb, and this Airbnb is like 10,000 euros a month. It's really inspiring to be here, to be honest. Like, I mean, you see the view. The camera angle doesn't do the justice, but in person it looks incredible, and it's like one of the best areas you can be in. So it's inspiring to see the wealth, right? Because, for example, if you're spending time, you know, in Europe, you don't really see that many supercars or anything like that. Well, you see them, but not so often. Here, I can go outside right now and see like 10 supercars, you know? So as an online entrepreneur, if you're earning money online, you can get pretty comfortable. Let's say you're making 10K a month, you're spending not that much, you know, living somewhere in Europe. Here you come and it's inspiring to like do more. You see what's possible, right? You're not incredibly comfortable, you know. Um, Another thing is focus. Like, you would think Dubai is extremely flashy and you can lose your focus, but a lot of people, why they move here is like partying and alcohol consumption is kind of like not so out there. So you can go party, and you know there are clubs here, but it's not so out there. You know, like I was talking to my friend yesterday, and he said he wanted to buy a bottle of wine um, with his girl, and in Dubai Mall there was like a hidden shop. You know, he didn't even find it. He was looking around, and he was like, "Where's the shop?" And he was like, "There was a hidden door somewhere." Um, so you don't see it so openly. So if you're a person who wants to kind of like focus on your work and like really nail down, and if you have your own setup here, like a, you know, an office space, a work desk, it's a really good place for it, because it's not tempting to go out partying because you don't see it out there that much unless you go to those places, right? So that's good. Another thing on focus is dating in Dubai. If you heard anything about Dubai, you've heard that dating in Dubai is pretty, let's say, hard. You know, it's not as easy to date here. So if you're a person who's like, you know what, I'll take just 1 year and give it all. Like, I'll give all of it to the work or my business or whatever I do. It's a good place, right? Because if it's hard to date, you probably won't go out on dates that much, you know, or try to meet new women. I'm talking to men out there. So yeah, in my opinion, like, if you, depends on what you want, but if you're in the, let's say, monk mode season, it's a really good place for it, you know, because it's not as easy to date as, for example, in like Europe, right? It's way harder. So in my opinion, that kind of makes you focus more on your work if you want that, right? Again, if you want that. And keep in mind that I'm not saying that you need to be here in Dubai all year round. So, kind of my next point is traveling in Dubai. Dubai is so well connected, right? Like you can pretty much fly from Dubai airport straight to any, almost any airport in the world. It's very well connected. So, um, yeah, the airport is huge, and you can catch flights to Europe. You can catch flights to Asia, um, very easily, and it's not such long flights unless you're going to the US. Again, that's why another reason why there's not so many folks from the US here is it's extremely far, right? So the flights are can be like 15 hours, right, from Dubai to New York or something like that. So traveling from here is very, very easy. Huge airport, so many airlines, good service, very comfortable place to be geographically, right? So it's a great hub. Also, a lot of people here who you see online, right? If you see people online in Dubai, another reason they come here is content. That's why you see them online, because they're doing content, right? And it's a great place for content. Like, I'll tell you a quick story. I was selling a coaching program through my Instagram stories for like a few months last year. And I was in Spain. I was uploading some stories of lifestyle, but they weren't something incredible. I love Spain and I love being there. I think it's a great place, but people weren't really impressed. And then I came to Dubai and I just got a yacht with my friend. Two of us, just two people on like a huge yacht. We rented it for like a few hours, and I uploaded a few videos on my story. And the people who were like not interested in the program at all were hitting me up like, "Hey, when can we have a call? When can I join your program? I'm really interested," right? So it's a great place for content, because if you can come here, you can film a lot of content here, which in turn, if you're doing content creation, will make your business explode more, and you'll make more money by just being here, right? So why not? Why not be in Dubai then at this point, right? If you're not doing content, it makes zero sense, right? If you're just like, if you don't want to show your face online or anything like that, then yeah, I understand. But if you have like a personal brand and you're selling products with your face, like courses, consulting, coaching programs, oh man, Dubai is the perfect place for that. Um, Another thing is it's super safe here, right? So you can wear a Rolex anywhere. Not that I would be incredibly like scared to walk anywhere else in the world, but it's a good place. Like you feel safe everywhere you go. Um, yeah, you can take yachts and stuff like that. Take as many pictures as you want. Nobody is gonna come and rob you. It's like non-existent in Dubai. Obviously, some things may happen here and there, but it's like very, very, very low crime rate, because they deal with crime very harsh. So you don't want to be a criminal here, right? So it's extremely safe. And again, if you're an online persona, if you're sharing your life online, you probably want to be in a place where it's a bit more safe, right? Because if you're sharing screenshots of you making, I don't know, 10K a day, and you're in a very unsafe environment, you don't want to run into people who've seen those screenshots on your story. And the last thing is, everyone's doing pretty much similar things in Dubai, right? In terms of online business. Like a lot of people have personal brands, and then a lot of e-com and agency guys. So it's very easy to understand each other when you network, and it helps you to scale your business, because since everyone's doing something similar, you can kind of just chill with them and you know get some information from their experience, share your information, and it's all relevant to what you do. This way you can scale your business. So yeah, those are my points about Dubai. I'm sure I missed some. This was kind of a video on the go. I thought I'll film this while I have this view for the next few weeks. Um, yeah, I think Dubai is a great place overall. Um, it's not a place where you want to spend the whole year, but it's a place where you come, get motivated, network with people. You really like go out there. You spend money here because your money goes very far here. Not that it's cheap, but like let's say if you spend $500 here, you're really gonna get like something good over here. So yeah, those are my thoughts. If you haven't been here, definitely I would recommend you to visit. And one last thing, make sure to follow me on Instagram at owner Arnas. And if you want to learn how I make money online and how a bunch of my students make money online and have millions of followers on Instagram without showing their face, click the first link in the description.